Hello everyone and welcome to BioLine. Today's video is a part of the genetic. Okay, specifically if I'll say this is a part of the population genetics. Okay, and this video will be very much useful to all the students of the 11th and 12th standard, to the UG students and as well as to the PG students. Okay, we will be understanding what exactly the allelic and the genotypic frequency means. Okay, and how we can calculate these frequency. Fine. And in the continuation video, the next video that I'll be posting, will be dealing with the Hardy-Weinberg law. Okay, and then we will try to relate these two videos. Okay, so first I am explaining you about these frequencies so that it will be helpful for us when we will be dealing with the Hardy-Weinberg law. Okay, so we will be dealing here the allelic and the genotypic frequency, as I have already told you that this is a part of population genetics. Okay, see, this population genetics is a part generally where the numericals are asked, and the Hardy-Weinberg law is the important point from where the numericals are generally being asked. Okay, so in that, for solving those equations of the Hardy-Weinberg law, or we can say solving those numerical, we need to understand first the allelic and the genotypic frequency. So let us start here. Okay. First of all, we'll understand some introductory or the basic terms regarding these allelic and the genotypic frequencies. So first of all, we'll understand what are alleles. Okay, as we all know, alleles are the alternative form of a gene which differ in their sequence of nucleotide. Okay, exactly. If you remember that, I guess I have already told you that if they consider this is to be a DNA. So what is a gene? So gene is simply the functional segment of this DNA. Okay, why I'm saying the functional segment? Because we all know that not the entire length of the DNA is able to code for the proteins. Okay, there is a huge amount of junk DNA. Fine, so there are only some segments in the DNA which actually code for the gene with the for the proteins. Okay, so those segments which are actually coding for the proteins are known as the functional segments. Okay, and those functional part is known as a gene. Fine. So what happened here? What exactly? Or if we if we go into the biochemistry of a gene, so what it is? It is a functional segment of the DNA. So definitely, it must be having some sequence of nucleotide. Fine. So it is a sequence of nucleotide, or we can say a functional segment of the DNA. Getting everyone? Okay. Now what are alleles? Now see, these are there can be one gene can have multiple alleles. One gene can have multiple alleles. That means there can be what are alleles? Alleles are the alternative form of the gene. Okay. If one gene can be present in a similar forms, or it can be present in the multiple form. Okay, so see here further, if you move further, see, if consider this is a chromosome. Fine. So the position of the particular gene on a chromosome is known as a locus. A particular gene ki position, it is known as the locus. So if in the diploid organism, because we know in the diploid organism we have a complete diploid state, that means we have two homologous pair of the chromosome. Why we are calling them as to be the homologous? Because they are exactly carbon copy of each other. If I'll say a particular gene is located at this particular locus, the same gene will be located at this particular locus also. Okay, but they can be, the gene can have, in because it is a diploid organism, so there can be only two genes, so there can be only two alleles. So fine, so this gene can be having two alternative form. Okay, and these alternative form of the gene is known as the alleles. Okay, now what is, let me little bit clear the screen. Fine. Now we'll move further. What is a genotype? So the genetic constituent of an organism, or we can say the complete set of the genes which are carried by an organism, is said to be its genotype. ठीक है, उसको उसका जीनोटाइप कहेंगे हम. Whatever genes, or the complete total genetic constituent, or all the genes which are present in an organism, they make up its genotype. Okay, now what is phenotype? When these when these genes, they show some their physical expression, that expression can be phenotypically seen. Okay, physically आप उसे देख सकते हैं, or it can be biochemically expressed in the form of proteins. Fine, so that physical expression of the genes or the genotype is known as phenotype. Getting everyone? Okay. Fine. So in the next slide, we can see here, this is a pair of homologous chromosome. Homologous, why? Because it is having the same sequence of the genes. Okay. Now, we all know that in a homologous pair, one chromosome is inherited from the father, that is known as the paternal chromosome, and one is inherited from the mother, which is known as maternal chromosome. And that's how we get a pair of a chromosome. Okay. Now, just now in the previous slide, we were studying about the alleles. Okay. So these are the genes. Okay, consider this first, this genes. Okay, this blue is a particular gene, and we know these are the homologous chromosome. That's why this blue gene will be present on this, on the other chromosome on the same locus. ठीक है, दोनों पे ही at the same locus it will be present. Okay, but the two genes can, the alleles of these two genes can be different or can be same. Okay, so now consider the first case. If the two alleles of the locus is chemically identical, that means if they are showing similar identity like capital Y and capital Y. In this case, what is happening? The two alleles of a gene, they are showing the chemically ident. They are actually chemical identical. Okay, then we will say this organism is homozygous for this particular locus. Okay, and the genotype of the organism will be capital Y and capital Y for this particular locus. Okay, and similarly, if for the other locus, if the two alleles are chemically different, fine, we can say they are chemically unidentical, as shown in this case. For this yellow locus, if they are chemically unidentical, like capital P and small p, so in this case we will say the organism is heterozygous for this particular locus. Okay, and the genotype will become capital P and small p. Fine, everyone. So this was the basics about what exactly the allele mean, what exactly the genotype and the phenotype means. Okay, now we will focus upon on the main point, that is the frequency. So first we'll understand what is a genotypic frequency. Okay, see, in general, what does a frequency mean? Frequency in general means is simply a proportion or a percentage. Okay, it generally means from the overall, in the overall population or in an overall sample, what is the frequency or the proportion or the percentage of a particular thing in an overall sample. That is a frequency. Okay, and it is usually expressed as a decimal fraction. Fine. This is the general definition of frequency, what exactly it means. Now, what we will here discuss about the genotypic frequency. So, what is a genotype? Just now I told you the genotype is the genetic constituent of an organism. Fine. So, what is the genotypic frequency? It is the proportion or the percentage of individual possessing the specific genotype in a whole population. Okay. For example, if I'm talking about a genotype capital A, and I want to find out, and this is a population. Okay, this is a population. So what will be the genotypic frequency of this particular genotype? Is genotype की frequency क्या होगी? It is a proportion or the percentage of individual which will carry this type of genotype in the whole population. That will give me the frequency of the genotype. Okay, the proportion or the percentage of the individual which will be living with this type of genotype in the population, okay, that will give me the frequency of a genotype. Okay, so now see, the expression frequency of is generally shortened by this, okay, a small letter f and a brackets. This means frequency of. Now, if you want to calculate the frequency of this particular genotype, so how can I write it? I'll write as frequency of genotype capital A, capital A. Getting? So if it is written somewhere like that, so I'll read it as frequency of genotype capital A, capital A. If it is somewhere written as a frequency of genotype like this, capital A, so I'll say frequency of genotype allele A. Okay, and if it is written like this, so I'll read it. I will read it as frequency of genotype capital A and small a. That is the frequency of heterozygote. Getting, everyone? How do we represent it? We represent it with this particular donation. इस particular symbol हम कह सकते हैं. Okay, now a very important point is understand here that whenever we are talking about homozygotes, we have to keep one thing in mind, that homozygotes have two of a given allele. Okay, if I'm talking about this is the example of homozygote, or these individual, these are the example of homozygote. Okay, so how many alleles do they have? They have two alleles, and both of them are similar. Okay, both of them have two identical alleles. Okay, this point I have to keep in mind. Why? I'll tell you when we will study about the allelic frequency. Okay, and if I'm talking about a heterozygote, even a heterozygote has a two allele. Okay, but remember, both the two alleles are unidentical, or I can say they are non-identical. Fine. So what I have to do? The total number of the allele is twice in the number of the individual. ये हमें याद रखना है. In all the type of the genotypes की अगर हम बात करेंगे, in one genotype there are how many alleles? Two alleles. But if I'm talking about homozygote, so there will be two identical alleles, and if I'm talking about heterozygote, there will be two different alleles. Fine. Now, so how do I calculate the allelic frequency? Okay, just now I told, sorry, the genotypic frequency. Just now we saw what is the genotypic frequency. It is a proportion of a particular genotype present in the whole population. एक पूरे whole population में एक particular जीनोटाइप का कितना प्रपोर्शन है, कितना परसेंटेज है, दैट इज माय जीनोटिपिक फ्रीक्वेंसी. Okay, now so how can I calculate it? What is the formula for that? Okay, what I have to do, I have to simply add up the number of individual possessing a particular genotype and divide it by the total number of individual in a sample. Okay, for example, it is mentioned here what I just there for a particular locus. If I consider for a particular locus, I have two alleles, capital A and small a. Okay, now if these two alleles are there for a particular locus, so there are three possible genotypes that I can get in a population. Either I can get a homozygous dominant genotype, either I can get a heterozygous genotype, or I can get a homozygous recessive genotype in a population. Okay, so if I have to calculate the frequency of homozygous dominant genotype, so I'll write it like that. That is the frequency of the homozygous dominant genotype is equal to what just now we saw. How we'll calculate is just calculate the number of AA individual in the population. ठीक है, एक पूरे population में how many individuals are having this type of genotype divided by the total number of that particular genotype. What is N? N represent the total number of individuals in that particular sample, or we can say in the particular population, will give me the frequency of this genotype. Okay, and what will the frequency of heterozygote? It will be the number of individual having this kind of genotype divided by the total number of individual. Similarly, this F small a is the frequency of homozygous recessive individual. And how can I get this frequency? It is the number of individual having this type of genotype divided by the total number of individuals. Fine. So this is how we calculate the genotypic frequency of the individuals in a population. Okay, one important point that we have to keep remember is that the sum of all the genotypic frequency is always equal to 1. Okay, this is in relation with the Hardy-Weinberg law, so we'll understand this statement in the other video. Okay, now similarly we can calculate the allelic frequency. So what exactly is the allelic frequency? It is a proportion or the percentage of a particular allele in a population. Fine. If I am saying there are two alleles, capital A and small a, and this is the population. So what is the percentage of individuals or which are having this kind of allele? Okay, that will give me the allelic frequency. Okay, what is the proportion of A allele in this particular population? How many individuals are having this kind of allele in their genotypes? Okay, so if I can calculate that I can simply get the frequency of allele. Fine. Now see, there are two methods by which we can calculate the allelic frequency. One, from the number of the individuals, if the number of the individuals is given, or if the frequency of the genotypes of the individuals are given to you. Okay, so there one we can calculate if the number of individuals are given ki a particular allele is present in 110 individuals, small a is present in 20 individuals. So we can simply with the help of this number we can calculate the allelic frequency. Or if the frequency of the particular genotype, for example if this genotype is kitni frequencies ki 10 frequency, this genotype is having 5 frequency, this genotype is having 15 frequency. So if the frequency is given, then also from that we can calculate the allelic frequency. How? We will understand here. Just it is very, the formula is kind of similar to the genotypic frequency, just a little bit difference is there. Okay, pay attention everyone. So see, for calculating the allelic frequency, first we will try to calculate it from the number of the genotypes. Okay, if the number of the genotype is given, okay, if the number of the genotype is given, then we can count the number of copies of a particular allele present in a sample and divide by the total number of alleles in the sample. Okay, remember here, if the number of the genotype is given, we don't have to calculate the number of the individual. Okay, we have to calculate the copies of a allele. Okay, we have to calculate the copies of the allele. Okay, remember in previous slide I told you that if I'm talking about these individuals which are homozygous, so how many copies of one allele one allele do they have? 2 copies. This is also having small a ki kitni copies hai iske paas? It is having 2 copies. But if I'm talking about a heterozygous, so it is having 1 copy of a capital A and 1 copy of the recessive allele. Okay, so in total all 3 of them are having 2 alleles, but there is a difference. Okay, so here plays that difference. Here that difference plays an important role. Fine. So see here, what can be the formula? The formula here is that the frequency of the allele is given by the number of copies of the allele, okay, divided by the total number of the alleles at a particular locus. That means the total number of individuals, okay, means total number of alleles which are present in that particular population. Fine. Okay, so now we will see how to calculate the frequency of the 2 alleles. Okay, exactly we'll see the formula for that. So for suppose for any one locus, or we can say for any one gene, there are 2 alleles, capital A and small a. Okay, so the frequency of the alleles are usually represented by simple P and Q. First of all, let us understand about this P and Q. See, if I'll write it like that, F in bracket A, that means I'm talking about the frequency of A allele. Okay, that is the frequency of dominant allele. So remember, the frequency of the dominant allele can also be represented by a letter P. Okay, and the frequency of the recessive allele is represented by the small letter Q. So P and Q are the symbols which represent this frequency and this frequency respectively. Okay, so now let us understand this formula. Okay, so see, if we understand this formula, okay, if we understand how this formula is prepared, how this formula is made, so we don't even need to learn it. Okay, we can simply write it on the basis of our knowledge in the exam. Okay, now see, what our previous knowledge says about the frequency, allelic frequency is that, okay, that how can that the frequency, the allelic frequency can be calculated by dividing the total number of copies of each allele, copies of alleles, okay, copies of the number of copies of each allele in the population divided by the total alleles in the population, okay, divided by the total alleles in the population. Fine. So we are going to apply this formula itself. We'll just put the values of these formula in the respective, for the respective. So if I have to calculate the frequency of A allele, so I need to first of all get the values or get those individuals which are having this A allele. Okay, so which are the what are the genotypes which have this type of LLS? First of all, the homozygous one, the homozygous dominant individuals will be having this allele, and the heterozygous individual will be also having this capital A allele. Okay, so what we will do here, remember I told you that in the homozygous case, one individual is having 2 allele and 2 similar alleles. So in one individual who is having this kind of genotype, how many alleles are there? 2 alleles are there. That's why we will divide the number of individual who are those who are homozygous for this capital A by 2. We will multiply it. Sorry, we will multiply it with 2, and we will just add the number of heterozygous. Here we are not multiplying by 2. Why? Because in the heterozygote there are 2 alleles, but the 2 alleles are different. Okay, there is only one capital A. So that's why we'll just add up the number of heterozygous individual as it is. And what we'll do, we'll divide this whole value with the total number of alleles. So how can we calculate the total number of alleles? It is simply write down the number of the individual or the total number of individual present in the population and multiply it by 2. Okay, why? Because it will give us, each individual is having 2 alleles. So if we multiply the number of the individual, it will give us the total allele in the population. Okay, so this is how we can get the frequency of allele. That is what is mentioned here. Here NA represent the number of individual having this type of genotype, which is multiplied by 2 plus the number of the heterozygous individual. Why we have not multiplied by 2? I have already told you, because this heterozygous individual have only single allele. Okay, and we have divided it by the total alleles because it is a case of diploid individuals. So we will just multiply it by 2. Similarly, you can get the formula for the frequency of the recessive allele also. Okay, so what it can be, I'll just clean this slide little bit here so that I can get the proper space. Yeah, so the value of Q or the frequency of small allele will be what will be the number of individual having this type of allele. So we will be having one genotype which will be homozygous for the recessive allele, plus the another heterozygous we have to add the number of heterozygous individual. Why? Because the heterozygous is also having one small allele. Fine. Then again we'll multiply the number of homozygous individual by 2. Why? Because there are 2 small allele in one individual. And again divided by the total number of alleles in the population. That is the number of individual multiplied by 2. Okay. So this is how we get the formula to calculate the frequency of the allele when we will be given the number of genotype. Okay, when the number of genotypes are given, we can use this formula and calculate the allelic frequencies. Okay, this is the different method in which we can calculate. Okay, so the another way by which we can calculate the allelic frequency is when in the question you will be given with the genotypic frequencies. Okay, when the genotypic frequencies will be given, then how can we utilize that genotypic frequency and calculate the allelic frequency? Let us see there. Okay, in that case what we have to do, similarly simply capital P represent the frequency of the dominant allele. Okay, so what is the formula? That the frequency of this individual plus half the frequency of the heterozygous individual. Why we are doing the half frequency here is the same concept. Okay, same concept that we use in the previous formula. Why? Because this individuals will be having how many? 2 copies, and it is frequency is already, we need to calculate the frequency, and the frequency of this individual is already given, so that's why we will not multiply by twice, but we will just half the frequency of the heterozygous. Why? Because the frequency of heterozygous actually it is giving us the frequency of 2 different allele, but we need the frequency of only one allele, so that's why we'll just divide it by 2, and we will add these 2 values if the frequency is given. So we'll just simply add these 2 values. Similarly, if we have to calculate the frequency of the small a allele, which is also represented by Q, okay, small q, then what we'll do, we'll just add the frequency of the individual who are homozygous recessive, and plus we will add the half of the number of the frequency of the heterozygous individual. Fine. So these are the 2 formulas. One is the one on the basis of the number of genotype. When the number of genotype must be given is given in the question, then how we can utilize that number of genotype and calculate a allelic frequency. And in this particular slide we have seen how we can calculate the allelic frequency if the genotypic frequencies are given. Okay, now see everyone, these formulas and these values, generally if you will try to understand the basic concept that how these formula is being formed, okay, at that, okay, then you don't even have to remember the formula. Fine, you can just imagine it and you can just form it by yourself in the exam or whenever it is asked. Okay, and these formulas are very important for all the aspirants of life science examination, whether it is any PG exam, UG, or even in the 12th standard we have Hardy Weinberg law. So sometimes these kind of questions are asked even in NEET also. Okay, so now in the next. Yes, okay. So now we will try to solve a example or a problem, okay, in which we are supposed to calculate the allelic and the genotypic frequencies. Okay, all of you please do like the videos if you are liking the way I have explained these values. Okay, and also share it with all your friends. Fine, so that even they can get benefit out of this video. Fine, and please do not forget to subscribe the channel. Okay, so let us just start the problem. Okay, see, in the human MN blood group system, okay, there are two codominant LS. One is LM, another one is NLN. Okay, now the MN blood type and the corresponding genotype of 389 fins from Karjala are tabulated here. Okay, so these are the three possible phenotypes here, and that is the individual which is having M blood. This individual will be having the M type of blood, and this individual will be having the N type of blood. Okay, and the genotypic combinations are given here. Either it can be LM, that is the, sorry, in this case it will be MN because these are codominant alleles. Fine, it is given in the question itself. Fine, either this kind of genotype is there and the number of genotype is given. Either this kind of genotype can be there, heterozygous one, and the number is given, either again a homozygous one. Okay, so remember in this question what is given? Number of genotype is given. Fine. So what we have to do, we have to calculate the genotypic and the allelic frequencies here. Okay. So first of all, we'll try to calculate always go for the genotypic frequency first. Okay. We have simply the number is given. So it is very simple to calculate the genotypic frequency. What is our formula? If you remember, genotypic frequency ka formula kya hai? Okay. If I'll write it like that, that is the frequency of LM and LN. That is, this homozygous individual will be the number of individuals having this type of LM divided by the total number of individuals, the total. This is the formula, right? So how can just, what is the number of individuals? I just clean it and write in the values here. Okay, so the number of individual who is having LM and LM is already given in the question, that is 182. And what is the total number of individuals? It's given in the question 398. If it is not given, we can just add up all these numbers. Okay, it is 398. So this whatever value comes will give you the frequency of this genotype. Okay, similarly, if we have to calculate the frequency of the heterozygous one, that is LM and LN, then what will be the formula and how can we put the value? Simply, what is the total number of the individual having this type of genotype? It is giving 172. Okay, and just divided with the total number of individual, that is 398. Okay, and then if you have to calculate the frequency of the LN, LNN. Okay, so how can we do that? Similarly, divide the number of individual having this type of genotype, that is 44, divided by the total number of individual, that is 398. Okay, this will give us the frequency of this particular genotype. This is where the answer is given. You can see after calculation, these are the frequencies, and I have already told you the frequencies are generally, frequency is expressed in the decimal form. Fine, the formula that we use is the number of individuals with a specific genotype divided by the total number of individuals in the sample, that is represented by capital N. Fine, so now we'll move and calculate the allelic frequency. Okay, so now remember in the allelic frequency we will use the first formula that we discussed, that when the number of genotypes is given. Okay, because in the particular question the number of the genotype is given, but you can also use the second formula, by that is we can calculate the allelic frequency by using the calculating the frequency of the genotype. Why? Because we have already calculated it, right? Genotypic frequency तो आपने calculate कर लिया है, so we can use either of the two formula. Okay, so first we are using the formula in which we'll be utilizing the number of genotypes. Okay, so this is the formula that the frequency of an allele it is given by the number of copies of that allele divided by the number of copies of all the alleles, or I can say the total alleles. Okay, now see. So we were having this first allele, that is P, it is given represented like that. Okay, so what will be the formula? It will be the twice of the number of the individual having LM and LM. I'll write here, it will become more clear. P is also given as the frequency of LMLL. Okay, so this is LL single, so that's why the formula will be the number of the copies of the LL. So we are having these kind of individual which will be having LMLL, and we are having the heterozygous individual which are having this kind of, just a minute. Yeah, this is the heterozygous individual which is having LMLL. Now because these individual is having how much? Two alleles in one individual, so we'll just multiply this by 2, and this is a heterozygous, so we're not going to multiply here, and just divide it by the total number of alleles. So we were having total individual to be 398, so 398 individual, each individual will be having how many? 2 alleles. So we will just multiply this number by 2. Okay, so how many individuals were having LMLM? They were 185, so we'll just write twice of 182 plus what was the number of heterozygous individual? 172, and this multiply it, we will get 796, and ultimately solve this. So this is the frequency of the 1 allele LM. Fine. So similarly, if we have to calculate the frequency of LN LL, so I'll just change the numbers here. Yeah. So how can, and this also, I guess. Yeah. So how we can calculate the Q? Q is frequency of LN, the other LN. So it will be twice the number of individual who are homozygous for LN, and just the number of heterozygous individual. Why just the number? Because heterozygous are having only one LN. Okay, and homozygous are having 2. That's why we are multiplying it by 2, and the total number of individual is same even here. So the total number of LL can be calculated by multiplying it by 2. Fine. So we'll just add up the, here we have just added the values, and we have just kept the values in the formula, and we got the 0.327 will be the frequency of LN. Fine. So this is how we can calculate the frequency by using the number. Okay, the another method by which in which we can use the frequency of the genotypes, because we have already calculated, is simply for the LM. What we can do, just add the frequency of LM the homozygous individual plus half of the heterozygous individual, you will get this. Similarly for LN, add the frequency of the homozygous for LN individual plus half the heterozygous individual, you will get this. Okay, so you can see the similar kind of result is there that we got in the previous, by using the previous formula. Okay everyone, so that's all for today. Okay, so this is the end of the video. In this video we have seen what is the genotypic and allelic frequency and how can we calculate this. I hope with this video it will be very clear for you to calculate the genotypic and allelic frequency. Okay, do not forget to share and subscribe. Okay, and also please I'll just mention it key. Also please watch the next video, that is Hardy-Weinberg law. Okay, it will be the continuation of this particular video because both of them will be the part of the population genetics. Fine everyone, have a good day till the day I just post the next video. Thank you.